Good morning, greetings, and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I use nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and sometimes deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your vitality and health and well-being and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body, you are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That is why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 32 years of practicing pharmacy, I have seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes, hypertension, obesity, skin diseases like psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, acne, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds. Recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle. But what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure. Because the human biological system is a healing system, it's a regenerating system, it is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that healing, renewing, regenerating system a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health, nutrition, prescription drugs, if you want to wean yourself off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, we are here for you on The Bright Side. 844-236-6010 is our number. We can help you. We got your back. If you got questions about any of the longevity products or a specific health issue that you're having a hard time dealing with, or our Truth Skin Health products, if you have a comment or success story, 844-236-6010 is our number on The Bright Side. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products you hear advertised on the program, go to brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. You can also call 866-735-2470 for more information. Ask them about joining the Brightside Ben team. For a one-time $25 fee, you can start a nutrition business. You can be your own boss, work out of your home, make as much or as little money as you care, $100 a month, $1,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $100,000 a month, all by helping spread the word about how important a good nutritional supplement program can be in providing people with the best nutritional supplements out there. That's the longevity products. You can call 866-735-2470 for more info, or click on the Join the Team link at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. Okay, welcome back to The Bright Side. We are talking about the liver. Actually, we're talking about bilirubin, a specific secretion that is a component of bile. We were talking about the role that bilirubin plays in health and in disease. If you've ever had a liver panel done or a hepatic function panel done, you know that elevations in bilirubin levels, as well as elevation in liver enzymes and elevations in protein, albumin, total protein, which is albumin and globulin. These are all markers for liver duress or liver disease, particularly bilirubin. Bilirubin is supposed to be broken down in liver cells by the detoxification system, and then it's supposed to be eliminated with glucuronate. And when the liver's not doing its business, this does not occur as well as it should. And any liver stressors, and that includes prescription drugs, can cause elevated bilirubin. And that includes Tylenol, that includes Motrin, that includes aspirin, just plain old aspirin and Motrin can do it, and Tylenol. Antihypertensives, ACE inhibitor drugs, antibiotics, statin drugs are well known for causing elevated bilirubin. For a long time, statin patients were told that they had to have their bilirubin levels checked every 6 months because it was so notorious. Statin drugs were such notorious liver toxins. They don't tell you that anymore, but that doesn't mean that statin drugs are not going to be toxic to the liver. They are. All drugs are going to put a burden on the liver. They're detoxified. Thus, by definition, the body considers them toxins. When I call drugs toxins, I'm not being hyperbolic. I'm not exaggerating, and I'm not being poetic and rhetorical. They're literally toxins because the body has to detoxify them. Body doesn't have to detoxify vitamin C. The body doesn't have to detoxify magnesium. The body doesn't have to detoxify selenium. The body doesn't have to detoxify vitamins and minerals. The body has to detoxify drugs. That's why I call them toxins. One of the one of the key signs that you may have elevated bilirubin, aside from jaundice is the most important sign, but jaundice, by the time you have jaundice, you've got some severe problems. But one of the early signs of elevated bilirubin is itching, unexplained itching. And by the way, this is true about all liver disease. Unexplained itching should be backtracked to the liver, always the digestive system too. If it's transient, if it's a short-term itching kind of thing, then you're probably dealing with something in the intestine or some kind of food problem. If you have chronic itching, if you have a chronic condition where the itching never goes away, you should suspect elevated bilirubin, or you should suspect some kind of liver disease. Bilirubin itself is very itch-inducing. But bile components like bile acids, we'll talk about bile acids here in a little bit, in general can cause itching. So backtrack chronic itching conditions, chronic pruritus to bile. And because of bile, or to liver problems and bile problems as well, and because all of these can be preludes to cardiovascular disease, unexplained itching is serious business. Unexplained chronic itching is serious business. If you have unexplained long-term itching that's not going away, you want to consider that you may have a liver problem. If you have any chronic skin condition, by the way, you want to consider that you might have a liver problem. I talked to a gal yesterday who had a real horrible skin condition. It was these huge patches that form on the skin. They call it necrotizing. I forgot I have to look it up to see what she called it. I forgot the name of it, but basically it was these horrible plaques and bruises and rashes form on the skin. And she wanted to know what she could do about it. They're giving her, of course, steroids. That's what they always give. And I told her what I tell everybody. Backtrack to the digestive system. And because she was very young, she was only in her 30s, and she had this condition. It was a necrobiosis. Necrobiosis, I think they was the diagnosis. Necro means death. Death of cells, basically death of skin cells in this particular case. She's only 33 years old. That's a condition that should only occur to people who have really long-term, chronic, long-standing problems. She was only 33. That told me that she had some serious issues going on. If she was 30 years accelerated in the development of her symptomology, that means that she has been going through this thing for a long time. And interestingly and ironically, she didn't know. She didn't realize that her IBS, which she was diagnosed with, her irritable bowel syndrome, and her gallbladder removal could very well be related to her skin problems. She also had gestational diabetes. She was diabetic, and she was way overweight. All of these are dead ringer signs for liver problems and digestive problems. And I told her the same thing I tell everybody. Backtrack to the digestive system. No matter what your health challenge is, if it's long-standing, you could still backtrack to the digestive system. If it is something that has been going on in a more acute sense, look for food problems, look for intestinal problems. If it's something that's going on in a more chronic sense, it probably involves the liver. There's drugs they give you for bilirubin elevation called bile acid sequestrants. To sequester just means it locks it up. Bile acid sequestrants lock up bile components like bilirubin so they can be eliminated more effectively. The two biggies are Questran and Cholested. They were really big ones when I graduated pharmacy school. Those were the pre-statin days. And if you wanted to lower your cholesterol pre-statin, you would get these bile acid sequestrants. Questran and Cholested were the two big ones. These days, they still use these two drugs, Questran and Cholested, if you can't take statin drugs, if you had side effects from statin drugs, or you just don't want your statin drugs, they'll give you Questran and Cholested, which aren't really drugs in the same way that most drugs are. Bile acid sequestrants are among the safer drugs you could take because they're not absorbed. They're basically just magnets that attract bile to them and attract cholesterol to them and then allow them to be eliminated out of the body. So they have less of a side effect profile. Still drugs, and you're still going to get toxicity, and you're still going to get side effects, but because they're not absorbed into the blood, you're not going to have the same kind of side effect profile, but you're still messing around with your chemistry. You have to, for example, just one thing, you have to take these Questran and Cholested. You can't take your supplements with Questran and Cholested because they'll keep the supplements from getting into your blood too. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll be back on the bright side right after this. the bright side. I am Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. Got lines open for you. 866-735-2470 is the phone number for the Brightside Ben phone team. If you would like to sign up to join the Brightside Ben team, or if you'd like to purchase longevity products, call 866-735-2470. You can start yourself a longevity business and work out of your home, help change the world at the most fundamental level there is, which is the level of good health and wellness. Using the longevity products, call 866-735-2470 for more information. You can also click on the Join the Team link at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, and criticalhealthnews.com. All right, so we are talking bilirubin, last we spoke, we talked about bile acid sequestrants and statin drugs. Before statin drugs came out, these bile acid sequestrants were the go-to drugs, and they're still used now for folks who can't take statin drugs. If you want to go the nutritional route for lowering your bilirubin, focus on liver health. NAC is maybe arguably the most important over-the-counter liver supplement you could ever use. It's not you don't necessarily need to take it as an essential nutrient. Actually, let me think here. I think cysteine is an essential nutrient, but NAC specifically is used in emergency rooms for detoxing the liver, and it's got some wonderful detoxification properties. Selenium, essential fatty acids, the B complex, an amino acid called glutamine. I use my my Truth Blemish Repair Complex, which is made for acne, is actually a liver detox supplement. So you might want to consider, if you want just a no muss, no fuss way to protect your liver, you might want to consider our Truth Blemish Repair Complex. Even if you do not have acne, you will benefit from its liver protective benefits. So let's see here. Cysteine, by the way, N-acetylcysteine is also, you'll get the cysteine value of the N-acetylcysteine because, and it's an essential nutrient, but you'll also get the sulfur. Cysteine is a sulfur amino acid, and sulfur is maybe, arguably, the most important mineral for helping the body detoxify, for the detoxification mineral. Certainly zinc is important and copper is important. Magnesium plays a role, but arguably sulfur is the most important of all the detox minerals. Selenium is also important too. Alpha lipoic acid, which is a little pricey, is also a good supplement for lowering bilirubin, for protecting the liver, and cruciferous vegetables, which we've talked about, and also turmeric. Most medical professionals will tell you that bilirubin is a problem, and when medical professionals think of bilirubin, they will think of jaundice, or they'll think of high bilirubin levels, and that's definitely a factor when it comes to health challenges, at least a diagnostic factor. But it's important to keep in mind that bilirubin is not just a bad guy. It's not just a waste product. Recently, and by recently I mean over the last maybe 10, 15, 20 years, researchers have discovered some pretty interesting ways that bilirubin is actually a very functional and very protective molecule, especially for the heart and the cardiovascular system. Bilirubin has been shown to prevent fatty liver disease. Low bilirubin is associated with severe atherosclerosis, and atherosclerosis is the leading cause of heart disease. Bilirubin is like an antioxidant for the arteries. It protects the arteries from stress. When the arteries are under duress, that's when you run into problems. Arterial duress is caused by deterioration of the tissue. Like any duress in the body, deterioration of tissue is usually somewhere to be found. It's not cholesterol, it's deterioration of the tissue that's responsible for atherosclerosis, and bilirubin acts like an antioxidant to protect these arteries. It also has an upregulating effect on nitric oxide, which means more blood. Nitric oxide helps open up blood vessels and can help with the sclerosis means narrowing, and opening up blood vessels can protect the body and protect the heart from some of the effects of sclerosis or narrowing. Nitroglycerin is actually a prescription drug used by angina patients for opening up blood vessels. Nitric oxide, which is a very interesting molecule in its own right, is how the body opens up these blood vessels naturally, and bilirubin acts to support nitric oxide levels. Bilirubin also helps keep immune cells from sticking to the plaques. It acts like a natural blood thinner. It acts like a natural anticoagulant, helping maintain blood flow through the arteries. And it also, interestingly, acts like an ACE inhibitor drug, like an antihypertensive drug. ACE inhibitor drugs are drugs like captopril and zestril. These are drugs that work at the level of the kidney to control how minerals are handled, and by promoting the excretion of certain minerals, they lower the blood pressure. Well, bilirubin acts like a natural antihypertensive. It's like a natural pharmacological agent. So it's not merely a waste product. It's a protective molecule with antioxidant properties, with anti-inflammatory properties, with vasodilation or blood vessel opening properties. It's got anti-cancer properties. Bilirubin helps keep cells from proliferating out of control, which can be a precursor to cancer. And so now it's thought actually that bilirubin is cardiovascular protection. Cardiovascular disease is an inflammatory issue. Let's keep this in mind. It's a degenerative and inflammatory condition. It's not a cholesterol problem. Oh yeah, it's not just bilirubin. Bile has got other components in it that are important for cardiovascular health. It's the whole bile system that is really responsible for a lot of these health benefits. Yeah, bilirubin's got a lot of benefits on its own, but you want to think about the whole bile system. In fact, there's maybe the main component in bile, or not the main component, but one of the important components. The main component, of course, is going to be maybe this might be the main component, actually, now that I think about it. Anyway, bile acids or bile salts, you've probably seen those on the side of your ultimate enzymes. I think they call them bile salts. Bile acids, bile salts are basically synonymous. These are one of the components in bile, and they've been actually shown to have a anti-cholesterol benefit. Bile acids, bile salts will regulate cholesterol. They also regulate blood fats, and they also regulate blood sugar. This is where the first point on the triangle of disease becomes the second point on the triangle of disease, is at the level of the liver. First point on the triangle of disease is the digestive system. The second point on the triangle of disease is the blood sugar system, and one of the main jumping off points between these two is the liver. And at least partially, several reasons for this, but one of the main reasons is because of the bile acids. Bile acids regulate blood sugar. The link between bile acids and blood glucose is critical to understand if we're going to effectively treat diabetes. You cannot simply treat diabetes by working with just prescription drugs or working with insulin. You got to work on the digestive system, and you got to work on the foods, the insulin spiking foods. Bile salts can also be used to help treat or prevent gallstones. Remember, this is in your ultimate enzymes. These bile salts are in your ultimate enzymes. I love multifunctionality, and there are no longevity products more multifunctional than the ultimate enzymes. There are other multifunctional products. The glucogel caps, for example, are multifunctional, and our nightly essence is multifunctional. The Fuchs is multifunctional, but none are more multifunctional than the ultimate enzymes. And that's because of these bile salts. So remember, you're getting all of the benefits, the cardiovascular benefits, the anti-cholesterol benefits, the anti-gallstone benefits, the blood sugar benefits. This is all from your ultimate enzymes, aside from the fact that they're digestive enzymes. They're helping you digest your food. All right, 844-236-6010 is our number. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll take a commercial break and come back with more good health information and you and your phone calls. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll be back after this. On the bright side, 844-236-6010 is our number. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for joining us. We're on the air Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific and 10 to 11 Central Time, 24/7 on the archive pages at benfuchsarchives.com and brightsideben.com. You can also purchase longevity products at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, and criticalhealthnews.com. You can sign up to join the Brightside Ben team the same way. Off the same sites, I should say, brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, and criticalhealthnews.com. You can click on the Join the Team link and sign up to join the Brightside Ben team, or you can also call 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470. I also want to remind you to check out our Truth Skin Health products at truthtreatments.com. Imagine a skincare product that you could put on your skin that you would feel good about, without preservatives, without fragrances, without fillers, without waxes, without water, without silicone or oil or nothing your skin doesn't need or doesn't want, just pure, active, functional ingredients. You don't have to put a lot on your skin. You don't want to smear a lot of stuff on your skin. With our Truth treatments, you don't have to smear a lot of stuff on your skin. You get a powerful dose with just a tiny, tiny, tiny little application amount. You get a powerful dose of vitamin C in our vitamin C products, powerful dose of retinol, and anybody who's used my retinol 5% gel knows what I'm talking about. We also have a retinol 1% gel out now, in addition to our biomimetic mineral mist. Got a couple cleansers coming out here in the next week or two. You can find all our Truth Skin Health products at truthtreatments.com, truthtreatments.com. All right, got lines open, and we'll get your calls here in just a moment. 844-236-6010 is our number. That health challenge that the gal was going through that I was telling you about before in our first segment, it was called necrobiosis lipoidica. What the heck? Necrobiosis lipoidica. It just basically means her skin is falling apart. And her skin was falling apart following irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, and having a gallbladder removed. We don't often make that connection. Doctors don't make that connection, certainly, between skin health and digestive health. As somebody who's been in this business for 35 years, in the skin business and the nutrition business, I'm telling you, there's no skin problem, severe skin problem, that does not backtrack to the digestive system. In fact, it's very rare you have any skin problem that does not backtrack to the digestive system. They're both membranes. The skin is a membrane that keeps the outside world from getting underneath the surface of the body, and the digestive tract is a membrane that keeps the inside world from getting into the inner sanctum of the body, which is the bloodstream. They're both membrane tissue, and they're both very similar. And they both have lots of immune activity, both as you would imagine by understanding the role of a membrane. The membrane is protective. The immune system is protective. So, of course, membranes, whether it's the external membrane called the skin or the internal membrane called the digestive tract, are loaded with immune activity. That means many, many, many immune issues and inflammatory issues will show up in both the gut level and the skin level. And whenever you have a skin problem, if you really are serious about taking care of it, addressing it, not for symptomatically, but for reals, authentically and truly, you got to work on foods in the digestive system. You start off by fasting or doing a Suero V cleanse, a half a bottle of Suero V every hour, or a complete and total cleanse, a complete and total fast, I should say. And then when you start eating again, you pay close attention to your foods you're eating and how your body responds to those foods. It's so important. And then you write down everything. You chart, just like you're a nurse or a doctor. You chart. You chart how you eat, what you're eating. You chart how your body's responding. And for most of us, we're going to be blown away by what we find out, because things go under the radar. Health challenges go under the radar. Symptoms go under the radar. We don't notice these things till we start paying attention to them. Of course, also using probiotics and eating fermented foods and supporting gut health with supplements like glutamine and taurine can also be helpful. Glucosamine, those can also be helpful. All right, let's do one story, and then we'll get to your phone calls. 844-236-6010 is our number. This is from the Journal of Nutrition. A low-energy diet leaves people feeling full and eating fewer calories. People who followed a diet of low-energy density foods like vegetables, lean meat, and rice were more likely to feel full than those who tried to restrict their calorie intake. In other words, by eating low-energy foods, you can eat bigger portions before throwing off your blood sugar, throwing off your body chemistry. Low-energy foods are much easier for the body to handle than high-energy foods. Today's processed foods are the ultimate example of almost like pure energy foods, which sounds like it's great, but the body doesn't like pure energy. The body likes slow energy, slow-burning energy. The body doesn't like anything fast-burning. It's like a computer. It likes to keep things cool, not too hot. Sugar, especially, and refined sugar, and apple juice and pear juice and Kind bars and candy bars. The FDA, by the way, just ruled that Kind bars and processed food bar manufacturers can fudge on their data about fiber, make their candy bars sound a lot more healthy than they are. Processed foods are big problems, and largely because processed foods contain high energy. Body doesn't like high energy. Body likes low energy, and you could eat bigger portions of low energy foods. You could eat a lot of vegetables. Vegetables should form the bulk of everybody's diet, keeping in mind that vegetables present their own problems for some people. But other than that, vegetables should form the vast majority of what we eat. Most of what we eat should be vegetable-based, in my humble opinion. All right, 844-236-6010 is our number. You're listening to The Bright Side. Let's welcome John. Good morning. What's going on, John, in North Carolina?
Hi, Dr. Ben. Thank you so much for your information, and you're just a wonderful teacher.
Thank you.
I've learned quite a bit from you. I'm very grateful and appreciative.
I appreciate that.
I'm calling about a relative who has stage 4 breast cancer.
Okay. That's spread. It's metastasized. It's spread.
Yeah, it's spreading, and her vitals were good this week. Oxygen, blood, no temperature. She weighs about 90 pounds. She's 65.
Oh my goodness, she weighs 90 pounds?
It's about 90 pounds. She refuses to weigh herself.
Was she always lean and mean, or is it the cancer?
Oh no, it's the cancer, and her eyes are jaundiced too.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Did she have a mastectomy, or what's the deal?
That I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think she did.
Okay.
She has relinquished any type of treatment now.
Okay. Well, I can't say I blame her. I've seen people with the chemo, and it isn't nice at all, and I definitely can't say I blame her. Listen, here's the deal. With stage 4 breast cancer, it's metastasized, it's spreading in the body. Your options for curing the cancer are limited, but what you can do is you can help her feel stronger. And that should be the goal.
Okay.
The way I look at it, when you have cancer, your goal should be to make the body feel stronger and more vital. Don't worry about the cancer. Let the body deal with the cancer. But what we have to do is we make sure we put the good stuff in. She has to do what we all have to do, but she has to do it with more vigilance, with more. Okay. She doesn't have she doesn't have room for error. She's got a much narrow window. She can't be messing around, and that means primarily the foods she's eating. Now, chances are she doesn't even really want to eat at this point, but she may have the opposite problem where she needs nourishment. Can she do chicken soup? Can you get her chicken soup? Homemade chicken soup?
Yes, I can do chicken soup. I also made her some bone broth, too.
That's the best.
Do that.
Hey, let's talk about this when we come back from our break. It's a very important subject, John. I got to take a commercial, but don't go away. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll return right after this. We are back on The Bright Side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. We're talking to John in North Carolina. Hey, John.
Yes. Hello.
Hey, buddy.
How are you?
I'm good. So this is a friend of yours, you said? Or it's just somebody you know?
This is a relative.
Okay. And then what was her lifestyle before? Just so I get a sense of what's going on. Was she hip to nutrition? Did she take care of herself? Did she not know anything? Did she know a little bit?
To be honest,
you don't know.
She knew. I do. She was pretty much. This is her second bout with it. She had it earlier, many years ago, and it reoccurred. And yeah, she was into nutrition.
Okay, she was into it a little bit. Okay, yeah. All right. Just so I get a sense of, because not that it really matters, I suppose, but the fact of the matter is that number one, cancers remit. Even stage 4 cancers remit. Usually it involves chemotherapy a little bit. Sometimes you can blend chemotherapy with alternative stuff. But once it's in the blood and it's in the lymph, stage 4 metastasizes. Stage 4 cancer is a metastasized cancer. It's a little trickier, but it can remit. So you don't want to lose hope. That's the first thing. Even regular cancers spontaneously remit too. Very frequently. If somebody's out there got a diagnosis of a cancer, of a malignant cancer or malignancy, just know that they remit. Breast cancer remits on its own, spontaneous they call them, spontaneous remissions, and they occur. But by the time it's metastasized, she may need some chemo. She's doing chemo, right?
Well, she was doing chemo.
Okay. Okay.
And I think she stopped completely.
At this point, I would just be making my body strong. And that includes nutrition for sure, as much nutrients as she could do, even IV nutrients, IV glutathione is something I would be doing. I'm not just talking for your friend, John, but anybody out there listening who's dealing with cancer, malignant cancer, and wants to do something that's either in addition to or in replacement of the chemotherapy route or the radiation route. Make the body strong. You can do IV nutrients, IV glutathione, Meyer's cocktail, IV magnesium, IV selenium. You can also do internal nutrition, the Fucoid Z, beta-glucan, vitamin C like it's going out of style, vitamin C intravenously also. I would definitely be doing vitamin C. That's a no-brainer if you have cancer, an absolute no-brainer to do vitamin C intravenously. Anything you do for the liver, N-acetylcysteine, selenium, sulfur like we were talking about. Also reducing the load on the digestive system and the liver with food, giving the body as little work to do as possible while maintaining nutrients. That is, you going nutrient dense, calorie poor, keeping the calories down but keeping the nutrients up. The so-called CRON diet, calorie restriction optimum nutrition, or calorie restriction maximum nutrition, any way you want to look at it. And that's all very helpful for anybody dealing with cancer. Soups are wonderful. As, of course, bone soup is wonderful because it's got all the immune boosters in there, but veggie soup also. And veggie juices. Veggie juices and veggie soups and bone soup give you powerful, concentrated nutrition without requiring any digestive work. There's a lot of literature that talks about the importance of digestive enzymes for cancer, and that means the less you're eating, the more your digestive enzymes can be diverted towards fighting the cancer. And so just taking the load off the digestive system is very important. Making sure you're keeping the blood sugar stable. You'll notice these are things we all have to do, but as I was saying before we went to the break, these are things that she has to do with much more vigilance. Keeping her blood sugar stable. Avoiding starchy foods and sweet foods, desserts, fruit juices, all those kinds of things. Making sure she's oxygenating through deep breathing, SDR breathing, slow, deep, rhythmic breathing, as well as moving her body around, moving her lymphatic system, moving the circulatory system. She may not feel like moving, but movement is her friend at this point. Even something like taking a brisk walk, if she can get on a rebounder, that'll help. Hanging upside down, anything to stimulate the lymph. Breast cancer is a lymphatic cancer. So anything that stimulates the lymph will be helpful for her. And again, this is important for anybody dealing with any of these issues, not just for your friend. Moving the lymph around. And then, you know what? Don't underestimate, even though we have a nutrition program here, don't underestimate the importance of the mental strategies, the emotional strategies, and the spiritual strategies as well. Using visualization and imagination, using your imagination to picture the cancer being destroyed. All of these, they sound airy-fairy, but you know what? Via the action of hormones, all of these ostensibly, apparently airy-fairy concepts via the action of hormones become scientifically and physiological. Your imagination and your thoughts and your feelings and your spirituality become physiological via the action of the hormones. And relaxing the body is extremely important. Relaxation, the body heals when it's relaxed. It fights when it's disease when it's relaxed. Dis-ease tells you exactly the word disease tells you exactly what I'm talking about. It's the body out of ease. If you are dealing with a dis-ease, your body is out of ease. So restoring the ease, restoring the sense of ease, the state of ease back to the body. There's lots of ways to do it. And I know it doesn't sound like it's as sexy or as powerful or as the pharmacological model, but all of these are strategies that can help you feel better. And ultimately, the goal when you have cancer should be to feel better. Ultimately, the goal when you have any disease should be to feel better, not to lower your test scores or to get a different diagnosis or have the doctor pronounce you cured. The goal when you have any chronic long-term degenerative disease is to feel good. Do you know people die with cancer that they never even knew they had? They do an autopsy and they find that they had tumors in their body and they didn't even know they had them. So there's a lot of evidence that says not only do people have cancers throughout their whole life and not even know it, but there's a lot of evidence that shows that cancers come and go. And people don't even know it. They have it and they don't have it. They have it again. The body fights it and it goes away. They get it again. The body fights it. It goes away. So our misunderstandings around cancer are really the same as our misunderstandings, our general misunderstandings of the medical model. And that is the idea that our diagnosis is our disease. Diagnosis is just a name. It's just a way that you can get coded into the computer and that your doctor can look up the healing protocol, the therapeutic protocol, the pharmacological protocol in a book. But it's not really necessarily about getting you healthy and strong. That's what the goal should be. If you have cancer or any chronic long-term degenerative diseases, to get the body healthy and strong. And the way you get the body healthy and strong is simple. Don't overthink. When you have a health challenge, whether it's cancer or anything else, don't overthink. Just go back to the basics. Work on the food. Work on the blood sugar. Eat less food. Relax the body. Make sure you're deep breathing. Do a little bit of exercise. Leverage mental and emotional and spiritual strategies. Use liquid nutrition. Get on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. That goes without saying. Fucoid Z.
Okay.
Restart your life. Ultimate Enzymes. All of these have wonderful anti-cancer benefits. I hope I helped you.
Okay. You have tremendously helped.
Okay, good deal.
If she doesn't exercise, her family members and I, we can help her move her body, right?
Yes, help her move her body. Exactly. Is she can't move really very well at this point?
Well, she's just stopped recently. So if we can help, we can get in and let her listen to this tape itself.
Let her listen to what I just said. Yeah. How's her state of mind?
Oh, pretty clear. She dozes in and out, but when she's alert, she's right on it.
Okay, please make sure she understands that it's not hopeless. If she doesn't want it to be hopeless, it's not a hopeless condition. Sometimes people just give up. If she's not at the stage where she's just given up, please let her know that it's not a hopeless situation. That's the most important thing. Okay?
Okay.
All right, John. Take
you.
care, man. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You too as well. Thank you. Yeah, so much of this healing thing, the health business and the healing business, is inspiration. It's not just, take this supplement, take that supplement. It's being inspired and being inspiring. Being inspired to get well if you're sick, and being inspiring to others who are sick if you're in the healthcare business. That's what we want to do if we're in the healthcare business. Whether you're a healthcare professional, or whether you're doing the longevity products and you have patients and clients, or whether you just have a friend who has cancer. Be inspiring. If people want to get better, they can get better from the most dire of circumstances if they want to get better. I've seen it with my own eyes. Now, not everybody wants to get better. Some people just give up, and that's understandable. There's no judgment there. But if somebody doesn't want to give up, be inspiring. Yes, education is important. Information is important. Yes, the supplements are important. Yes, dietary strategies and exercise, etc., are all important physiologically. But so much of health and wellness is between the ears. It's how we feel about ourselves. It's between our ears and in our chest. It's how it's our heart and it's our head. And if we're in the healthcare business, we want to learn to be inspiring and empowering, in addition to being educational and informative and caring. All right, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for listening to The Bright Side, friends. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Please check out our websites, brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, and criticalhealthnews.com for all the longevity products. And then also Truth Treatments for our Truth Skin Health products, truthtreatments.com, truthtreatments.com. Thanks for listening. Have a wonderful, beautiful, awesome, spectacular day. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.